My dear electors of Assam, Kerala, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal, during the past few days, the Commission visited all the poll-bound states for reviewing the preparedness for the ensuing assembly elections. During these visits, the Commission met all the recognized political parties and received their suggestions. The Commission also met the district electoral officers, the SPs, the IGs, the DIGs, and nodal officers of all the enforcement agencies. The Commission also had meetings with the chief electoral officers, chief secretaries and DGPs of the respective states and union territories. To give you an overview, the end of term of Assam Assembly is on 20th of May, Kerala 23rd of May, Puducherry 15th of June, Tamil Nadu 10th of May, and West Bengal 7th of May. To give you a little overview of the electors, Assam, as per the final list, would be roughly 2.5 crores, Kerala 2.7 crores, Puducherry 9.44 lakhs, Tamil Nadu 5.67 crores, and West Bengal, the final list on 20th February comprises of 6.44 crores, and the learned judges, after their adjudication, whatever supplementary list comes, they shall be added. To give you a feel of the category of our electors, we have more than 100 years of age centenarians in Assam, Kerala, even Puducherry, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. The 85 plus years of age electors are also good in number. Our Divyang Bhai and Bhai Behan, the first time electors, the electors from 20 to 29 years of age and service electors. These are statistics which will be circulated to you. A total number of 2.18 lakh polling stations shall be set up. Majority of them will be in rural areas. Average per elector is between 750 to 850, less than 900 in any case. The model polling stations will be set up in all the states and UTs, and they'll be specially women-managed polling stations. Webcasting shall be 100% in all the polling stations, and there will be Divyang brothers and sisters managed polling stations as well. During the recent 12 months, the Election Commission of India has taken more than 30 new initiatives to ensure that elections are more transparent. The experience to the electors is much more pleasant, and all the stakeholders get all the necessary information as soon as possible. The first one of them has been the special intensive revision, which ensures, in accordance with Article 326 of the Constitution, that no eligible voter shall be excluded, while at the same time no ineligible person should be included. Amongst the new initiatives, just outside the gate of the polling station, an elector can go, deposit his or her mobile, go and vote inside and come out and collect the mobile and go back. In order to identify the candidate to whom the elector wants to select, there shall be colored photograph of all the candidates on the EVMs. In order to ensure that there are no long queues, not more than 1,200 electors shall be there in any polling station. The candidate booths can be set up just outside 100 meters of the polling station, and the voter information slip will have a clear number mentioning the voter's polling station, its number, and his part and serial number. Amongst the other new initiatives, One major initiative has been that all the applications of Election Commission of India now are under one app which is applicable on mobile, available on mobile, and it is called as ECI Net. All the necessary information across all the stakeholders is available, whether it is your EPIC card, whether it is your polling station, whether it is about the candidate, whether it is about the affidavits of the candidate, whether it is about the progress of polling which is taking place, or whether it is about counting. There shall be 100% webcasting to ensure transparency in each and every polling station. The presiding officers of every polling station shall input the number of votes cast after every 2 hours to ensure that voting percentages which are being relayed through the media to the public at large is by and large accurate. And at end of the poll, whatever the figures are there in 17C, accordingly the percentage is also displayed without any further delay. All the booth level officers have been given identity cards so that our electors and the households can identify them easily. And since our electoral staff has been working very hard, their remunerations were also increased. ECI Net, as I mentioned, will be containing all the 40 different applications integrated in a seamless manner. Shall we move to the poll shilling announcements now? Next. All 126 assembly constituencies for Assam, the polling shall be just in one phase, and the polling shall take place on 9th of April, Thursday, 2026. The counting shall be on 4th of May. All 140 assembly constituencies of Kerala shall also go for polling on 9th April, that is Thursday, and counting shall be on the same day, that is 4th May 2026. Puducherry also will go along with Assam and Kerala. The date of poll is 9th April and the counting will be 4th of May. Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, all 234 assembly constituencies will go for poll on 23rd of April in one phase, and the counting shall be on the same day for all the 5 states/UT, that is 4th of May 2026. West Bengal. West Bengal, the 294 assembly constituencies, the polling shall be held in 2 phases. In the first phase, 152, and the second phase, 142. The date of poll shall be 23rd of April and 29th of April. And the counting shall be together for all, that is 4th of May 2026. There will be 8 by-elections also, that is Goa, Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Nagaland and Tripura. The name of the constituencies are mentioned here and the reasons which will be circulated to you. And the schedule would be that the assembly constituencies for Goa, Karnataka, Nagaland and Tripura will be held, the polling will be held on 9th of April, and for the assembly constituencies of Gujarat and Maharashtra on 23rd. The counting shall be on 4th of May for all the cases. Thank you.